So we are here at a brand new place. This is called Catfish Paradise. It is a kind of a backwater area off of, sorry about the tilting, off of the Colorado River. It's down by the Arizona-California border. Anyway, we'll no fish yet, but we just launched a few minutes ago, so we'll keep you posted.
Morning, guys. So we are out here, what is it, Catfish Paradise?
Yeah.
In Golden Shores?
Yeah, around Golden Shores.
Golden Shores, Nevada.
Highway 40, no,
Yeah,
Golden
Arizona.
Shores, Arizona.
Yeah.
Highway 40, real close to the California border.
Yeah, and it looks like great water, man. There's cover all over the place. The water's definitely muddy, but no bites, nothing yet, but that's all right. We still got some time. So we're gonna do questions on the water. So I got my question here, and this is from Jay.
You hear the big bullfrog in the background.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
there's some big bullfrogs.
yeah,
Here.
yeah. All right.
All right. So Jay asks, my question is, do you sand down your boards before you apply sealer? And if so, what grit do you use? I sand down my boards with 120 grit before I apply sealer. Then I do a light sand on sealer to smooth out the surface before I carve. So we don't. Now, we actually haven't been using sealer in quite a while. Usually when we get some select pine, we'll use the clear coat.
Fish just jumped right over there.
Fish, yeah, they're jumping all around us.
Might have even got it on camera if you look close.
But so we're usually using like 2 coats of the clear coat before we start carving, right? And the reason for that is the clear coat and the sealer, they raise the grain. So even if you sand it, it really is kind of a waste of time as far as we're concerned, because you get it, you put the sealer on, and then you give it a light sand after the sealer's on, just to smooth everything out so you can put your do your layout and carve on a nice smooth surface. But the important thing is, like if you get a piece of select pine or something you need sealer on, you want to put it on first thing. Unless you get like the panel board that's got the plastic wrap around it, then just leave the plastic on it. But the important thing is that the air and the light does not get into that board.
And the moisture.
Yeah, and the moisture. Because otherwise it can twist it, it can warp it, cup it, all that different stuff. So the way we do it is we put the clear coat or the sealer on as soon as we get the board, and then once we're ready to start our layout process and carve a sign, we give it a light hand sand just to knock the grain down and make it as smooth as possible. So hope that answers your question, Jay.
So just to clarify, the clear coat is just a replacement for the sanding sealer, and we only do that on our select pine.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't.
Well, I did it on when I was getting like beetle kill pine or something.
Oh, right.
But a light board that's gonna bleed when you spray it. So
right.
Pine. That's really the main thing that I use it on, as far as what we have access to out here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Right, so,
right.
But I have a question for you guys.
Oh.
You like the hat?
All right.
You like the hat? Dad doesn't like it, but
I didn't say I didn't like it. It's just not my style.
He said he doesn't like it.
I did not
But
say that.
as Grandpa used to say, the great thing about America is you have the right to be wrong. So Dad is exercising that right very well. All right, guys. So now Dad's gonna answer a question.
All right, guys, we got a little bit of a wind coming up, and we're not quite in next to the shore like we were for Ryan's question. But anyway, I'll kind of speak up a little bit. Hopefully this will kind of come up and the volume will be good. So this is from Mike. Mike says, my wife asked me to make a personalized cutting board for her niece's wedding upcoming in about 2 weeks. I'm ready to monogram the board on the back side tomorrow, but I wonder about alternatives to the usual primer spray, which would not seem the best for this purpose. Do you have any advice regarding cutting boards? I've seen videos featuring in which Vicky did a walnut cutting boards for her sisters, and in one you used a 2-part clay epoxy called Milliput, which is similar to a product I use for others called Apoxie, A-P-O-X-I-E. I would, of course, warn them to hand wash immediately and dry any wooden cutting board. Who knows what will happen once it's out of my hands. I would appreciate any guidance you can provide. And then P.S. if I'm overthinking the primer spray thing, and can it be adequately sealed and made food safe? That would be fine too. Do you have any further projects using Milliput? Okay, so Milliput, in case you guys don't know, I've used that several times, and it is a 2-part clay epoxy kind of deal, and it dries like hard as a rock. I mean, like hard. I checked it out. It is food safe, but I would not suggest primer at all any place that you're going to use it as a cutting board, or even a serving tray, unless you're going to cover it with epoxy to where the black primer is not in contact with any food. If you're going to cover it with epoxy, then you wouldn't have a problem. But yeah, the black primer is just not food safe. I don't trust it. Again, if you're going to do something like a monogram, I would suggest to do it on the back side, unless you're going to, completely seal it up. I like, and Vicky and I have done a couple times, is actually do the epoxy and color it black, and then just fill it in totally. Vicky's in the process right now of making a board, a polenta board. You guys will see that very soon. And I think she's going to fill it. She's going to color some epoxy and fill it black, or maybe some other color, I don't know. But it's only a serving tray. It's not a cutting board. So I would stay away from anything as far as a black spray on a cutting board. And you definitely would not want to use epoxy on a cutting board either. That stuff's not made to be chopping on. You do not want that. So if it's truly a cutting board, the only thing that I know of would be the Milliput, and that stuff, again, that stuff is so much harder than the wood that you're not going to have any problems with that. And there may be other products like Mike was talking about that you could possibly use, but if it's going to be a cutting board, I would definitely do it on the back side and make sure that they know, do not cut on that side. And then you should be all good, and you put an oil on it. Again, if it's cutting board, you don't want epoxy on there. You want to use some kind of a food safe oil. We're starting to use the what is that? The board butter.
Oh yeah, the Outlaw board butter.
Yeah, from 731 Woodworks, Matt Outlaw board butter, which is really a cool product. It's a great product. You guys will see Vicky use that, I think, on this upcoming polenta board that she's making. But anyway, so did I catch everything? Did I answer all? I think so. Kind of answered all that part of that. It was a pretty long one. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. This is, again, gosh, get a shot of that, the way all the trees are sticking out of the water. It's just like so many places for bass and fish to hide. Again, I think this place is famous for catfish, but there's a lot of bass in here too, and stripers, I guess. So even though we're here on a Saturday, there's hardly anybody else out here. We normally would not do that. But the wind down at the lake was supposed to be pretty heavy today, and there's hardly any wind here at all. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Hope this helps. If you have any questions for me, it's eric@makeawoodsign.com. If it's for Ryan, it's ryan@davesigns@gmail.com. Only one S in the middle. Thanks so much, guys, for all the support. If you're brand new to the channel, remember, all of our sign carving supplies are over on the website, makeawoodsign.com. We appreciate you guys so much watching, and let us know what you think. And all right, guys, thanks again for watching. We love you. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.